Hey, it's Soul, bringing you what's hopefully a quick guide on 7.2 and all the different things that there is to do and farm for. I know this guide's coming really late, but I knew that Blizzard was going to have kind of a weird time with handling and rebalancing the different kinds of rewards that were being offered. In fact, I'm pretty sure this guide's going to be totally out of date within a couple of days, but I'll give you what I got. We're going to go over three main things: activities and how to prioritize them, the currency that you get, and then the stuff that you spend the currency on. Something that could be pretty useful for you is like an add-on that can help you realm hop. Or of course, if you have a lot of friends from different realms who can help you jump from realm to realm and you can start farming stuff a little bit faster. If you can already fly, that's cool. In fact, you may not even need this guide, you're just maybe using this as a reference. There are two new currencies in 7.2 that we have to work with: Legionfall War Supplies and Nethershards. Legionfall War Supplies are only used for one thing, and that's to build one of those three buildings out in the Broken Shore. They give different buffs and whatever, but the most important thing is that they give you 150 rep as well as an artifact power token. Every time you turn in 100 of these Legionfall War Supplies, that gives you an opportunity to do a single turn-in. You can hold up to 1,000, and for the most part, you just want to spend it as you go. If you're not flying yet and you're really jonesing to, you can use the reputation buff from the Darkmoon Fair if it's available. It'll give you a small but meaningful boost. Nethershards are the other currency, and you can spend them on quite a few things, so we'll get into that a little bit later. Let's look at the different activities that are available to get either these war supplies or the Nethershards, but for the most part, you're going to be getting a lot more Nethershards. Legionfall war supplies, for the most part, are pretty scarce. Each day when you log in, there's probably a priority that you want to be on top of before anything else. First off, check if there are any Legion assaults available. If there are, do them. It's probably the most efficient way to get Nethershards by yourself, and you get a lot of other stuff too, including artifact power, transmog gear, and so on. Even better, if a Legion assault happens to be on top of an active emissary quest, that'll also count towards the total, so you can knock out a couple of things at once. Next, you want to double check if there are any missions in your order hall that'll let you get either Legionfall resources or Legionfall rep. This is number 2 on the list because ideally you'd be checking the Legion application companion thingamajigger on your phone. I strongly suggest staying on top of that. I found that the rep from these missions was pretty darn critical to get my flight faster. Next on the list is to take care of Broken Shore world quests. Just like any zone, world quests come and go, and ideally you want to take care of all of them. Every quest on the Broken Shore is going to give you Legionfall war supplies, including the pet battle one. On top of that, you'll get Nethershards, artifact power, whatever other rewards that are coming from the world quest, and whatever drops that are coming from the mobs there. A special world quest will eventually unlock where you get a free key, well, kind of a free key. This world quest will unlock over a number of days as long as you're on top of doing a quest that's a little bit south of Deliverance Point. Once you have this unlocked, this world quest will randomly become available. Use the key to open any of those chests and you can get anywhere from a really crappy amount to a really crazy amount of Nethershards. Next is to hunt down rares over on the Broken Shore. And ideally you're doing this at the same time you're doing the world quest. You're just running into stuff and crushing them. These guys give a pretty pitiful amount of Legionfall war resources, so if for whatever reason you don't need these war resources, you probably don't want to bother with these. They do give a decent amount of Nethershards as well as Sentry Ax war beacons, which I'll get into a little bit later. Your next priority is to farm unstable nether portals. These portals are only accessible whenever the nether disruptor building is up. You need a nether portal disruptor in order to activate these. An elite will pop out, you kill it, and you get some goodies. Just recently they buffed the amount of Legionfall war supplies that you get out of this, so now they're worth farming. The double-edged sword is that anybody can activate this portal, whether it's you or someone else, and you have an opportunity to get a tag. The drawback though is that it's a normal tag. That means at the moment a full party or the other faction can possibly tag this mob and hold on to it, which could possibly screw you over if you happen to be the one that opens the portal. So you want to be a little careful of this, because you can bet that there's going to be a lot of people that are hovering like vultures over this portal waiting for someone to open it up. Or you might be the person hovering over it. It's okay. Next are these little worm tongue chests, and I would only really advise farming for these if you're just really short of being able to turn in 100 Legionfall war supplies. They give a really small amount of Legionfall war supplies, maybe about 4 or so. But if you're really itching to hit Revered or Exalted as soon as you can, that's the way to go. The last priority on this list, because it's always available, is the Sentry Ax. The Sentry Ax is the last easy way to farm Nethershards, so if you are looking for Nethershards, you probably want to skip out on the Worm Tongue chest and just go for the ship. Amassing tons and tons of Nethershards will at least give you opportunities to use this resource on something else that could possibly get you more rep, depending on what building is up. And your luck. I guess. Now here are some of the more important things you can spend Nethershards on for the purpose of either making gold or making yourself stronger. One is the Nethershard Essence, which costs 8,000 shards. This is the thing that you're going to need in order to craft legendary gear. Depending on your realm economy, you can either sell the Nethershard Essence itself, or craft the gear and try to sell that. Next is Nether Portal Disruptor. This is the thing that you use on the unstable nether portals whenever the nether disruptor building is up, and hopefully I'm not confusing you folks. This is something that I recommend after you're able to fly. Depending on your realm, you might have a little bit hard of a time trying to find these portals. However, at least as of this recording, this is probably the most efficient way to farm for Legionfall war supplies. The last few things that you would buy are more like Nethershard dumps, and this includes the Dauntless or the Relinquished tokens. If you're trying to get your tune caught up or you're trying to target a legendary, this is the way to go and have at it. If you don't need the gear though, and you purchased pretty much everything else, you might as well go back to that gambling demon guy. He also sells some stuff that you can dump nether shards into, but in this case I'm talking about buying extra keys. From there, just gamble as much as you want and hope for the best. That's it for this 7-2 shuffle guide, and I hope that this was useful. Like this video and subscribe to this channel for more content, and I'll see you guys for the next piece. I'm Soul. Stay breezy, guys.